G'day, for those who don't know me, I'm Tristan. The goal of this channel has always been to help people, and I feel confident now with my skill sets to be able to actually go, look, I think I can start producing some stuff to help. So I'm going to break this down into a series of what I'm calling chapters, because obviously I'm looking at putting this into a playlist, and I thought, get this thing started with the idea of building what is probably the most, well, I wouldn't say it's the hardest kit, but the most difficult kit to build with regards to being able to make it look good. And in this series I'm going to be covering stuff like identifying the kits, so scale, how to read a sprue, how to read a runner, all that type of thing, alongside of selecting a good set of nippers. It's a basic tool. Things like knives and other tools, glues, sanding, putties, with the aim of building this horrible kit as I go along, and showing you some, I guess, the basic stuff that someone who's new to the hobby might want to know. So I said hopefully this will be of some help to you. So I said chapter 1 says introduction to stuff, alongside going through what scale is, what Gundams are, what gunpla is, because it is a fairly newish genre for a lot of model builders, even though it's celebrating its 40th year this year. But it's starting to get the deserved push that that we all want. So hopefully this will be of help to some people. So what is gunpla? Gunpla is the portmanteau, or the combination word bringing together the words Gundam and plamo, which in turn is a combined word meaning plastic model. A Gundam is a giant mechanical piloted suit, or mecha, and the Gundam franchise started in Japan in the late 1970s as a weekly anime, with the RX-78-2 being the hero and main character. No one really knows where the word Gundam comes from or what it actually means, but there's a lot of speculation, but doesn't really amount to much. 2019 sees the Gundam franchise celebrating its 40th anniversary, and over this time it has spawned games, anime shows and movies, manga, clothing, business and sports teams crossovers, shampoo and toiletries, yes, I'm not kidding about that one, board games, and of course hundreds of model kits whose engineering and design have set the standard for plastic model kits both in the East and the West. 2018 saw the announcement of a live-action Gundam movie as a collaboration between Sunrise, Legendary, and Bandai Namco. Details are a little bit sketchy at the moment, but I've included a link to the video that announced this partnership. So why is it so appealing? That's a really good question. I can only answer for myself, and obviously people that I've spoken to, but there's just something about Gundams and Gunpla. It just sucks you in. We joke about it and call it plastic crack. I know for myself, my love of Gundam started, I was at uni when I first came across them, and I was intrigued by these plastic kits, but the love was cemented the first time I went to Japan, and my students, I'm a teacher, my students presented me with a Gundam kit to say thank you. And I've been hooked ever since then, so it's like 15 years. Another reason why it was so appealing to me is my daughter was born with cerebral palsy, and we needed to find stuff for her to do that worked on both her fine and her gross motor skills. Gross motor skill stuff is really easy. Fine motor skill stuff is actually quite difficult to find stuff to do. And so we've got her building, and she's enjoyed it probably up until the last year when she's gotten a little bit too old for it. But she's achieved success through her model building at the Gunpla Builders World Cup of all things, where she's taken out gold in one of the categories. So it was kind of really awesome. For me, I guess, I wasn't a big fan of the anime. I don't have that concentration span to sit down and sort of digest this stuff, because the anime does go for 52 bloody episodes. So there's a lot of stuff. a lot of stuff to take in, especially when it's not in English. But one of the most appealing things, I guess, has been the battle scenes. They're very realistic, and I guess if you're into like the political meaning behind things and all that type of stuff, Gundam, he's got it all. I really rambled on there. Gundam is awesome, and thanks to movies like Ready Player One, Pacific Rim, Transformers franchise, we're starting to see a bigger interest in gunpla, in Gundam, especially here in Australia. Like it's a hobby that's really jumping ahead in leaps and bounds. And yeah, thanks to Ready Player One, where it had like this key scene with the Gundam in it, and that sort of brought Gundam to the Western world. It was really awesome. So, why is it so interesting? Why is it so fascinating? Just give it a crack. It's so much fun. The engineering is there, the painting skills, the creative skills. It's got it all. Really rambly, but it's awesome. Get on it.
The third key before they do!
What is that? He's only got 30 seconds before changing back! Abort! Abort! You got 10 seconds!